Hey, we're back at the top again today with another PAX West 2016 PAX Pokemon League Battle. I only have a few of these, of course, because some of them were too short, and I didn't feel like they'd be adequate uploads. But this one was from Hazmat, and his theme was Atlantis. He came from Atlantis, or something along the lines of that. Let me read this. Upon returning from Atlantis, Milo got back what he loved most. So, translating dead languages. So, yeah. So, supposedly his theme is Atlantis. But the team I'm bringing is the Rain team, because I thought it might work better, due to, like, I have the Mega Manectric and the Roserade. So, I thought it might work better. So, that's what I ended up doing. But as you can see, we see Volbeat, Relicanth, Excadrill, Golurk, Clawitzer, and Sableye on his side of the field. So, we're going to go and actually hop into the battle right now, because it's all good. But I'm bringing my Rain team, and I'm hoping not to make it rain. I'm hoping to make it hail, because I want to get some damage off on these guys real quick. And he's going to just Mega Evolve right away as he leads with his Sableye, as I lead with Fortress. And I knew it was a Mega Sableye, so I wasn't exactly going to stay in and set up Hazard, so instead I just decided to Volt Switch. I dodge the Will-O-Wisp, so Michael Bay can live another day to explode, even though I don't have Explosion. And I go into Mist, which I can't remember if that's a special wall. I think it is, but I also could be wrong. So I'm actually going to pull a double switch on this next one because I wanted to set up the Rain and go into Lilymon, predicting a Will-O-Wisp because I do have that natural cure, but instead he goes for the knockoff, which does so much damage, nearly half, knocking off my Assault Vest, and that leaves me a special wall down. So that's not really that good, and he actually is going to bring out Serenity, the Volbeat, as I go for the Dazzling Gleam, and that's not gonna do that much. So, now we might be in for it, because now he's going to try to set up a Tail Glow, as I do believe I go for the Hidden Power Fire on this next one. No, excuse me, I go for Sludge Bomb, because Hidden Power Fire would not do that much in the Rain, because it would be cut in half. If I look at it, it's 60 damage, and then plus 120, I think. So it'd be 120 total, but then it gets cut in half due to the Rain. Actually, I think that's how it works. Either that or it's 90, but Sludge Bomb is actually the better choice. But I'm going to knock out the Volbeat before he can Baton Pass, because I saw that he used Baton Pass on something. But I kind of had a feeling he'd go into the Excadrill as I'm Encored into Sludge Bomb, and I have to switch. Otherwise, I'm just going to get bodied. And I need my Roserade for something else. So I'm just going to go ahead and go into my Fortress, because I can take pretty much any hit that wants to be thrown at me any day of the week. But Michael Bay is here. Wish he could explode, because I mean, cool guys don't look at explosions, so he'd turn around as he explodes, because I mean, he can't watch yourself explode. I mean, come on. But he's gonna bring Heart back in, as I do believe I just go for the Volt Switch, predicting that he would bring the Mega Sableye right back out, and I do believe I go right back out into Roserade. Lilymon, yep. Because, once again, Natural Cure Will-O-Wisp, like, I can just naturally cure that Will-O-Wisp, but he reveals Fake Out, which is going to sting a little bit, as that's going to drop me down to 49. The Rain's going to stop, unfortunately, but, I mean, I'm just going to try to get as much HP back as possible, and that only puts me to about 73, which is just over half. He knocks me off again, but I'm not carrying an item, but it still does a ton. So, right now, I've got no way out. I'm just going to go ahead and go for the Dazzling Gleam. I know it's not going to knock me out, or knock him out, and instead of knocking him out, he's going to knock me off, and inadvertently knock me out. But, now I can go into Static Major. I know this thing is physical. I can go ahead and Mega Evolve, and intimidate him, and just go for the Volt Switch. I have really become fond of Mega Manectric as of late because of this team, you know, because I can just get that speedy Intimidate, and then he's intimidated, and I have a fast Volt Switch. I can switch out into something that can take it, and then, you know, all that fun stuff. But instead, he's actually just going to let his Sableye go down as I go out into my, oh, there it is, my Tornadus, because it is Choice Scarfed, and I can avoid it. But he's going to bring in the Guardian, He's going to bring in Golurk the Guardian, and I'm not going to stay in here. I do outspeed because of my Choice Scarf, but even though it's resisted, I kind of need to get out of here because I don't really want to take anything. And I can't really hit this thing, because I'm assuming that it's going to be choice, or rather not choice, but assault vested, like most Golurks are. But I'm going to go back out in the mist, set up the rain, as he is going to go ahead and go for the Ice Punch, which I'm glad I switched, but that does reveal that he's most likely going to be Iron Fist. And yeah, so I'm assuming, I mean, would he really have Dynamic Punch without no guard? I don't know. But now he's going to switch out, fearing a water move, as he's going to go out into Leviathan, which is going to be the Clawitzer to take this Scald. I don't know what item this Clawitzer is holding. Rather, yeah, that's what I was going to say. But now I'm going to go for the Protect to see what he wants to do, just to scout things out, because I used to be a Cub Scout, fun fact, and a Boy Scout for a little bit, so I'm good at scouting things. So he's actually going to go for the Dark Pulse as I stay in. I'm a Special Wall, so I'll be able to take it, and I'm going to go ahead and go for Toxic. I didn't take it very well, though, so I'm just gonna have to keep that in mind, because I do carry the Damp Rock, I don't carry the Leftovers, so I'm just going to have to play it by ear. And I'm gonna go ahead and go for Protect to make sure that this Toxic actually jumps back up in damage variations as time moves on. So it's below half now, and I'm just gonna go ahead and stay in, unfortunately, and almost let him die, but I was able to keep it alive. Unfortunately, I get the flinch. He flinches me, which means I'm kind of screwed, but he's actually gonna go ahead and predict my Protect, because I always got that protection, and he's gonna go out into Mole. He outspeeds me, because of course I don't carry any speedy stuff, you know, but I'm just gonna go ahead and fail my Protect, because of course, and there's no reason for me to Protect again, because when I have a perfectly good Michael Bay to go into. And Iron Head is the middle ground play. More than likely it would knock out the Politoed. The rain's gonna stop, unfortunately, but I mean, it was perfect timing, because my Politoed, I can just switch it out, and then I can switch it in for Death Fodder, and with the rain up. So he goes for the Earthquake. I can go for Stealth Rocks now that the Mega Sableye is gone. Thank God, because, like, having that thing just in the back there always kept me on my toes. They made my toes curl up into, like, curly cues, I guess. I don't know. And then, so now I'm going to go ahead and switch out back into Aquila, predicting an Earthquake, but instead he actually goes for the Rapid Spin, which is a little bit unfortunate, but hey, I gotta do what I gotta do. But I reveal Heat Wave here. He didn't expect that coming, but unfortunately he lives it, and he does go for the Rock Slide. Now, can we live this? It's not stab. It's not stab. It's not stab. We live it on 19. Unfortunately, I'm locked into Earthquake, or I'm locked into Heat Wave, not Earthquake, and I don't really want to take. I don't really want to take another Rock Slide had I miss the Heat Wave. Plus, I can get my Regenerator back up, and I can set up the rain all in one sitting. It's called multitasking, and I'm good at multitasking. So, unfortunately, Mist is going to have to go down here as I sack it off to the Rock Slide. I got the rain up, and I can just go into Mystery here. And now the question is, do I set up, or do I just go for the attack? And, as you can see, I just go for the attack, because there's no reason to set up on this Excadrill. But, I've got the speedy Kingdra right here. Now, here comes Leviathan, and I'm not quite sure what's happening here, so I'm gonna go ahead and Dragon Dance, you know, because I can just set up, and then I can just Dragon Dance all over the things, and then I can just attack really hard. But he goes for the Ice Beam, and as you know, of course, it just had to happen just when I was setting up for the game, because I knew I could live one. I knew I could live one, but unfortunately, Fate doesn't want me to get these badges easily, and I get frozen. So, and then he's able to knock me out with this next one, which really blows. It really does. So, now I'm kind of stuck. We got to double down here, and I have a perfectly good choice Scarfed Tornadus Incarnate Aquila to jump back into, and I'm at 70, and he actually goes into Hot Rod, and I don't really have a good enough reason. Now, I'm kind of concerned because I thought this might have had Swift Swim, but I mean, it's a Relicanth. I know I'm outspeeding it this time, but I'm going to go ahead and go into Static Major here, RIP, and intimidate him before he does something, and he goes to the head smash, but he forgot his spectacles. Old Grandpa Fish over here can't connect with the head smash, and he's gonna have to go back out into Guardian. And I was hoping that he wouldn't do that, because I do go for the Volt Switch. Not a good thing for me. I do outspeed him, though, but when I only have Signal Beam, Volt Switch, Thunderbolt, and Hidden Power Ice, I can't really do anything. So I'm going to go ahead and go into Michael Bay. It's been a great switch in, and now I think he might have no guard, because he's able to connect with a Dynamic Punch, which is kind of surprising. I mean, you got 2 punches on you. Why would you be not running Iron Fist, you know? So, he's gonna go for the Earthquake. I'm gonna maybe try to get up my rocks. Maybe. Just maybe. And no. Not at all. So, the rain's gonna stop, which, I mean, it doesn't really matter now. The only thing that really needed the rain was Kingdra. So, there's nothing I can really do. And there's nothing I can really do here, you know? I'll just sit here and take this Earthquake, and Michael Bay goes down. Hopefully, next time, you got Explosion, you know. So, now I'm going to bring in Aquila again. I outspeed, and I can just go for the Hurricane, and I do connect. I gotta be careful, because I could severely miss. And he is unfortunately going to get confused, but it does even out due to the fact that I actually hit the, I actually got Frozen. And I live literally on 1. That pseudo-focus sash. And what tells me that he does have no guard is the fact that I hit both of these Hurricanes. Because if you do not know, if a Pokemon has no guard, then the Pokemon on either side of the field can hit everything. So if I have something like Fissure, for example, and unfortunately there it goes. And now that I don't have no guard, unfortunately, I'm gonna miss that one. So, it was pretty obvious that I was gonna miss something eventually. But now I can just bring in Static Major and finish things off in a close 1-0 victory. And that allows me to get the Shepherd Badge from Milo. I believe the gym leader's name. Yes, from Milo. So, that is, I can't remember which badge order that was. I think that might have been badge number 4, because some of these were, like, shorter badge, I'm about to say badges, battles, so, But, if you did enjoy this battle, go ahead and drop a like from the top, and I have about maybe 2 or 3, actually, more battles for you from PAX. So, stick around for that by hitting subscribe to not miss any of those battles, and more that I do on my channel, but I hope to catch you back at the top later on, because that's how you do it. Did we win 0-0 though? We're gonna win 0-0.
Whatever's
They went for water type. They went for water type. They went for water type. I just said it. I didn't knock on wood. I didn't knock on wood!